IBM's third quarter revenue rising by 4.6% to $14.8 billion. That's a 3.5% gain in constant currency. And that $14.75 billion, to be exact, is above the $4.68 billion that analysts had been predicting here. You can see adjusted earnings per share beating estimates as well. The company not changing its full year revenue forecast. It says at constant currency, it still expects revenue to rise 3 to 5% this year. That still leaves it some room to beat analyst estimates. So that also appears to be something that is positive for the stock. And we're seeing, as you can see, the stock rise in extended trading here. Gross profit margin for the company on a GAAP basis is 54.4%. On an operating basis, 55.5%. Both of those are gains of more than 1.5 percentage points each, Josh. So that's kind of the first blush here that I'm seeing from IBM. Kind of steady as she goes, but, not doing bad.
Yeah, popping about 2% here after hours. That's the initial take. I'm just reading through the release as well. Looks like the CEO, Arvind Krishna, talking about AI, talking about hybrid cloud. Of course, big focus for that company. Says that's helping drive solid growth in our software and consulting businesses. As a result, he says, remain confident in our revenue and free cash flow expectations for the full year. I'm just looking through the various segments as well. Looks like software revenues, $6.3 billion. That was up about 8%. Consulting revenues, they say, that was up about 6%, and infrastructure revenues that was actually down about 2%. But again, investors looking at this one because it's a read on enterprise spend, and it'll be very interesting. How do they leverage AI, and do investors buy that AI is a real opportunity for this company in the quarters and years ahead?
Yeah, consulting appears to be the one line that missed estimates, although it did see a gain of 5.6%. It was slightly below what analysts have been anticipating. And this is just a monster business. Software is its biggest business, but consulting is the next largest. And so that was going to be an area of scrutiny.
How are you?
And speaks to really the theme that you are talking about here, which is what is the appetite of enterprises to spend right now? Consulting is one of the main areas for that.
And 23 expectations, it looks like. Company continues to expect constant currency revenue growth of 3 to 5%, right? And then free cash flow, they say the company continues to expect about $10.5 billion in free cash flow. That's up more than $1 billion year to year, they say.